Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. As you probably guessed from the title, today's video is going to be all about one of my most favorite things about cosplay, and that would be wigs. I love wigs when it comes to costumes. They can help bring everything together. You can go from not so great to instantly you are that character. Over and over, you guys do often ask me, whether it's online or actually at the convention itself, where did you get your wig? What color specifically was it? How did you style it? So starting with this video, I'm going to be answering many of those questions that you guys give me all the time because I want you to succeed. I've done so many trial and errors. I've learned hundreds of errors when it comes to styling, accidentally burning a wig, that it would be awful of me to not pass some of this on to you, which is what we're going to try and do. Now, I buy all of my own wigs from Arda. My first ever Arda wig was actually for a LARP event where I played a drow noble. I wanted her to look very regal, very fancy, so I went with an Arda, I think it was called an Ororo, something or other. But I went with that style wig in the color of just pure white. That wig lasted about, 7 years. And only last year did it actually finally die to the point where I couldn't cut any more off of it. I couldn't alter its style. I couldn't change anything of it anymore or use it for a new character because it finally died. It hit the end of its life, but it took it 7 years of curling, straightening, braiding, updos in order for it to get there. Which is one of the reasons why I really do back Arda. They do some very good work. The products are phenomenal quality. And I know people are often like, isn't Arda rather expensive? Personally, if I'm going to spend $50 on a wig that's going to last me 7 years, that 50 divided by 7, completely worth it. Rather than spending 20 on an Amazon wig that's going to be very hit or miss, possibly very shiny. But I mean, as you guys can see, I have ordered many wigs. Let's see if we can pick them all up without losing one. No, we dropped one. But this is only the tip of the iceberg. I have another one that I am buying soon for Anime Milwaukee that I don't know how many I have, but we're going to keep growing our collection. Well, one of the things people always ask me, especially when it comes to my shorter style wigs like this one, which was actually originally bought for my Kiki's Delivery Service costume. Haven't done it yet. I really have to. Time and life get in the way, of course. We can all get used to that, can't we? But one of the big reasons I love the wigs from Arda, especially when it comes to their short ones, is the way that they design their tops. I can run my comb through it any which way. I'm not going to see any wefts, which is really helpful as on a daily basis I'm someone who will run my hands through my hair, through my wig over the weekend. I've even done it on some wigs that are heavily styled like Rarity, and I messed up some of my curls. I have since straightened her because I'm going to be doing a couple of little new techniques I've been seeing, which, if they work out for me, by all means, I'm teaching you guys. I mean, let's learn together. If there's something I don't know, you guys can teach me back. But when you flip to the inside, I especially like it that they have the little hooks. Normally, I always have to put them on the third one in. I do have a bit of a smaller head. I know everyone else loves them because they do fit larger sized heads. But I'm kind of at an advantage because of my side shave. I just take all the hair on this side, pile it over here in my wig cap, and it kind of evens everything out. Which is nice. The only downfall to that is I can't anchor much on this side of my head. but I mean, who needs to anchor anyway? Now, as you can see, the Arda Wigs do have many rows of wefts. Of course, it has the little tag that verifies it's from Arda because every product needs to be tagged. Now, I've ordered from 2 of Arda's different distributors. I've ordered from the American one and the Canadian one when the American distribution center was out of the color and style that I needed, and I waited too close to my con, so I had no other choice but to order from Canada. And it actually still turned out really good. They got the wigs to me in under 2 weeks, which is phenomenal, especially considering I was so afraid nothing was going to get here in time for that convention. When I got that order from Arda Canada, when I got the box from Arda Canada, of course there was the wigs in their bags, which I always label mine after I get them because that helps me, so when I'm in a rush I can just read Naruto, throw into suitcase, and run out the door because we're always running late to a convention or a LARP event or photo shoot. I'm hoping to turn that around, but I'm not sure if it'll happen just yet. Along with that, inside of the box is always one of these really nice, really fancy cards. They always showcase amazing cosplayers on here, and then in the back are tons of different directions and care instructions on your wigs. For instance, when you're going to be heat styling them, what the max setting is, how to wash them, and how often you should wash them, which if you're wearing wig caps and everything and you're not sweating profusely through your head during summer heat, you should be okay to not have to wash them too often. Now, along with all of my wigs and I've been asked about these, especially after DaishoCon, where I got them, what color they were, what style, what I did with them. And I actually didn't do anything with my Naruto clips. I ordered them straight from the distributor and they got here. I clipped them on and that was it. Didn't have to do much more than that. Whenever I do get my wigs in, I will do a brush through and then I will braid them. It doesn't matter how long or if it's like maybe this long, it gets braided. Of course, I can't braid something like the Kiki wig, which I've already figured a new costume for too, so it might not even end up being Kiki. We'll see. Braiding the wigs right away also does help out with a problem, which is not braiding them can often let this happen. Now, this wig has been through a lot. I've been using it to practice and do some different styling techniques on. I've slowly been untangling her and putting her into her own braids, which I still have a big chunk left to go. So I'm actually thinking I'm going to use this for a wig detangling video because, I mean, look at that. That is just perfect to detangle on camera with you guys. But it helps so much in order to keep your wigs lasting longer. I'm pretty sure I'll still be able to get many years out of this baby. I just need to get her back into a beautiful glory that she once was when I got her. When selecting the colors from your wigs for Arda, they aren't ever a solid color. It'll always have different texture, different tones. You'll have light ones, you'll have dark tones. Everything of the decent color. It's especially beautiful when it comes to my Naruto wig to the colors that are in my Rarity wig. This really helps, especially when you're at a photo shoot, as it captures a ton of depth inside each wig. When it looks like a flat color, much like when you do your makeup, you need some sort of contour, which is even better considering how these wigs are always put together. As usual, I want to thank Jake Nitzel and Jerry Powers, my 2 lifelong patrons over on Patreon, for always supporting me in everything that I do. And thank you guys for sticking around and watching to the end of this video. If you have any wigs from Arda, let me know what ones they are. If you want to share photos with me, you can do so on Instagram, Facebook. As always though, cosplay is for all. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. Bye!